Good morning, everybody. Well. Day before CPI. Here we are. We're back. Yesterday was annoying as hell, but I'm ready to get hurt again. No doubt about it. Words of Michael Scott. But anyway, yesterday was a piece of shit for me. And I love how I ended up getting to my first target during 350 macro. But hey, that's just life. That's trading recently. I don't really like how we came all the way up and down during Asia and London. Why the hell is this a larger range than New York session? We had a 150-point range yesterday during the New York session. Or less, 130, 140. And Asia, larger, 150 or more actually, because this is the start of the London session. So, I don't have very big expectations for these markets today because we have no news and it's the day before CPI. CPI is my favorite day to trade of the month, so I don't really anticipate us to have a decent, good day today because it's been trash. Asia and London have been large ranges. But so, to say the least, at least, they're doing some giveaways on the channel every single day this week. I'll be giving away some My Funded Futures accounts. I know I'm probably getting a lot of questions in the chat. How do I enter? At the end of the stream, I'll put out a Google form. Oh, it's a new day. We'll see. I mean, really don't have high expectations. We could potentially, I know probably everyone's voting bullish. Let's see. 48% bullish. Joe says, Tanya, your shorts worked late in the afternoon yesterday. I know, dude. I know. It's freaking painful. I ended up trying a little scalp and I made like, whatever, a couple $100. That's it. I ended up literally just break even yesterday. Don't really even care. Don't even care. Made some money on that. Options there, but that's basically it. I was like, we're probably gonna drop during 350 macro, so might as well try some SPX 0 day. But doesn't matter. On my stream, I'm on a losing streak on my stream. Because, you know, indices are deciding to be POSs and do this silly crap here. Like, really, NASDAQ? You had to come... this is where I tried to short yesterday afternoon, you guys. I tried to short... Actually, I tried to short here once, and it got, like, wicked out. Tried again here. Tried here. This is the one I thought was going to work. Instead, it decided to stop me out at this high, and then it dropped lower. I ended up just entering a little bit here, but, again... just break even yesterday. I mean, I made like a couple $100, so I was down 200 something. Can't be arsed in the freaking market like this. So annoying. That's it, though. You fall down 5 times, you stand up 7 or whatever. I think it's you fall down 7 times, you stand up 8. It's like an ancient Confucius saying. I think crude oil looks a lot better, to be honest. I was just talking to Anthony on NinjaTrader about that. I mean, we took out this buy side. here and there, and then having a good reaction there. Nice closure. Can come down again into the 64 area, but we'll see how this 4 hour does. Looks like it's wicking. It could come retrace again into here, this previous buy side area, or even down here. In this 4 hour, like it kept retesting this 4 hour here. So we'll see. This is the open right now on the we're having the open right now. So I'll have some alerts for crude oil for maybe a swing trade. Yeah, and Yante says trading ahead of hard impact news is ill-advised. Yeah, pretty much. Why I don't have high expectations for today. And yesterday was such a POS, honestly. Makes sense. That's why yesterday was only 120 point range, 150 point range. That being said, though, I don't really mind it. Like, I had that money to lose, so totally fine with putting down some risk. Okay, ES took out previous hourly high. NQ didn't. See how that ends up going. Did that large pushback down lower after hitting previous weekly high. Now it's retracing to 50% of that range. Like, we could come back down into this area again. Just don't know how it's going to be, if it's going to be clean or not. We have no high impact news. So I'm going to watch the first 15 minutes definitely closely. Takimo says you made it as a trader when you lose a trade and said I had that money to lose. It's a business expense, pretty much. That's why I look at it, I'm not so bothered. I get more annoyed at the market environment than anything. But honestly, resilience isn't like how you react in the moment. It's more like how quickly can you get back up again? Like how quickly can you shake that off and, the next day is a new day. So what we had here was ES already took that high there at the open, but it just took it again. Nasdaq did not, right? Kind of interested to see if we end up inverting this on the 3. On the 5, it already did. Okay. See, this is the first presented FEG. I'm gonna end up shorting this. I don't want to miss this. Let me try it out. Let me see. On the hour, I'm looking at the 15 right now, though. Didn't enter yet. I'm gonna wait until this hour opened, close. This candle closes. But I'm very intrigued in this. The 15 on my other chart showing this wick. Inverted here. Alright, we closed above it. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, fuck that. That's not good action. That's not good action. This is probably gonna be a shitty day, honestly. No, miss me with that, honestly. I was I like that 5-minute close, but then when I was looking at the 15, right before I was going to enter, I was like, that wick. Because honestly, you want to look at the inversion on the highest time frame in that leg, and that's the 15 there. Made me exit. Well, yeah, let's see crude oil. Fuck that. So we're gonna have a seek and destroy morning on indices then, because of that expansion overnight and that lack of follow through just now. I said I wanted to. I was like, all right. It was like this. I was like, maybe I'm gonna look to short, and then I changed my mind. I'll see how this closes. Closed above it. Why would I take it then? Yeah. Now it's sticking out that high. There's no divergence there anymore. Let's see here, crude oil. On the 4-hour, it's wicking that. Seems like maybe a lot of people were trapped in that short then. Because that was quite the push up there. NASDAQ. CES. ES. I honestly, I'm going to have my alerts for NASDAQ. I only want to go into longs after we hit this level. Again, take out some sell side in here. I'm not going to go into longs into this huge area. We already retraced to 50% of this whole leg down. We took out previous weekly high. The daily candle is the weekly is like this. I don't think the weekly low is in, personally. That was my only idea, is that potential short down into this area again to long from, but doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to do it. Tapped into this 4 hour again, I suppose. Did it? No. Let's see, what was I marked out here? This is just an hourly. It's hourly. So isn't that wild how, I mean, now Nasdaq's the stronger one. This is literally showing like intraday we're having shifts where ES starts out stronger, the Nasdaq gets stronger. There's really no point in me putting down the money for this. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see, you guys. This is gonna be literal seek and destroy. I already know from the first 2 minutes, from the freaking first 5 minutes of the morning. I'm literally gonna laugh my ass off if we hit this new low next. It'll be classic seek and destroy. Yeah, miss me with that shit. Seriously, this is crazy. If this was going to be good for shorts, this SMT should have remained. It's way too low probability for me today. Tomorrow I'm more likely to want to take a good trade, like with money behind it. It confirms for CPI, because hopefully CPI will be larger range, dude. But honestly, last month it was disappointing, so it was still like a small range. So I'm gonna just wait. Well, we can wait for this 4 hours to close and then kind of see what's good. Just took out this previous. I mean, then see what the next 4-hour candle does. There's still hope, but I'm not that hopeful for how good this action is gonna be. I think it's gonna be small body candles, just like this from yesterday afternoon. Showing both whiplash, both sides, because here, just now we had down, up, down again. Someone said 4 hour too ugly. I know, dude. Piano says, imagine the people that were short and then flipped long after that. Yeah, they are in hot water. Literally staircase up, elevator down. Amit tells me that I picked the wrong first FEG last Friday. I'll take a look. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. So, Wicks be wicking. Dude, guys, should I make a t-shirt that says Wicks be wicking? Let me know. Honestly, I'm just gonna make it for myself at first. Why not? That's my life right now. Ethan Hunt said he took short on real and long in paper, both stopped out. Yeah, that sucks. The wicks be wicking, bro. I'll put it on Post-it. Like if you can destroy it, then this is eventually gonna get hit. The thing is, I'm not gonna. There's no willingness for me to even put risk into this because the environment's just such shit. You could literally take out the high next again and then take out the low. Like there's no edge for me right now. It's a POS. Let's see a 4 hour. Yeah. How you doing? I need a new computer for RTX 5090 graphics card. You know what? I went to Micro Center like a while ago. I went to a Micro Center. And they were like telling me, they were like, no, you don't need a new graphics card. No, you don't need that. You don't need it. And then I'm like willing to put money down for that. But they were literally adamant. It's like they didn't want to sell it to me. It was weird. But Violent says, how long does your code on My Funded Futures account stay? Code Tanya is good for the best discount all the time, but this week is where it's 50% off new users, but also it's 30% off. Only with Code Tanya can you get 30% off expert accounts this week. And also, if you get an account using Code Tanya, you're also entered into a giveaway for a sim funded account at the end of this week. So it's not just eval, it'll be just straight to sim funded. So you can start working on your payout right away if you win. Okay, so let's see here. Hourly, 4-hour. Oh, the 4-hour crude is actually doing pretty decently here. It's closing pretty decently. I don't want to chase this though. Leslie asks, "Oh, the winners that won yesterday will receive their accounts today." Carlos, who's that? I don't know who that is. It's a soccer player. Telling me someone's watching my stream. Yeah, people watch my stream. Welcome. Other live streamers watch my stream too. Yeah, all the time. All the time. Feel free to fade me, but I'm not even in a trade. I didn't take a trade yet. So a lot of people are saying now, I'm just reading the chat, they should have went long. They wish that they had gone long. So we'll see what ends up happening after it takes this long, this high. Is it going to be, I really would not be surprised if it reverses then, takes those people out. I'm just simply, there's no reason for me to get long. Got the 10 a.m. candle opening in 6 minutes. Gonna put a little marker there to remind me. It's gonna be POS. That's what price is gonna be like. I rarely swear. The market's got me feeling some type of way, like a toxic ex recently. Yep. Let's see if it ends up hitting new low of day. Definitely could not hold above that high here. Everybody here in the chat, 949, was saying that they wish that they had gone long. And this is what the RTH hours are looking like. If you wish that you have a trade in this environment, it's not an easy environment here. What's this high here? This is from yesterday. This is yesterday's high. Doing regular trading hours. Okay. It's interesting. Let's see here. Keymaker said that he marked long but did not take it with real money as they don't have a clear target with it. Exactly, dude. No plan, no trade. No exit plan, no trade. You don't have an exit plan for your trade. It's literally a recipe for disaster because you're not going to know what to do with it. You need an exit plan on to take profit and the risk. I know someone that was short and holding swing puts, QQQ puts, during the whole tariff unwinding, and he was so obsessed with getting 400 on QQQ, he never took any profit. Is that crazy? So we're going to go down to 400. Honestly, let me check the chart right now. We went to 402. That's how obsessed he was with that number. He was up $50,000 and he lost all of it. And he lost money. Why no exit plan? LC Jazzy says dodgy DD. What about dodgy? The friend is not dodgy. Dodgy does not take $50,000 trades. Especially on options. There's a friend, he's not a trader on online. He's just like a friend of a friend. Prince keeps spamming. Why don't you use NDOG, NWOG, MOR channels? Because to me, if it's not an obvious NDOG or NWOG, I don't really like to use it. So I'm gonna see it with my own eyes if it's relevant to me. I don't want to add too much lipstick. If there's too much stuff on my chart, I'm gonna get so confused. I don't really totally even love the first presented FEG not recently either, honestly. I wasn't trading with that before, so honestly I don't really need it. So simply from like the first, what was it here at 9:36, the first 6 minutes of the day, I literally said like, well, it's gonna be a crappy day. Why this fair value gap that went for this low didn't hold closed above it, and it was starting to show some momentum. That's why I didn't enter the short. I wanted like a clean wick rejection. I waited for that candle to close, and it was not a weak close. So I held back, and I was like, well, if we end up taking this high, there's no SMT anymore at the highs with ES. And then I was like, all right, it's going to be a crappy day. And it has been. So let's see here. 75-point range with one candle being like a 30-point, 23-point candle, 30-point candle, 37-point candle there. That's just not worth any risk here. On ES, it's straight up barcode. Let's see YM. Who's trading gold? Let me ask the chart. Filico says, I have the same way. Too much lipstick makes me confused. The less the better works for you. I agree. Let's see. Let me ask the chat. Do you trade gold? Yes, no. Just curious. Answer in the poll if you trade gold. Also, gold is the best these days. I know, right? Like, I might as well. Let me remove my drawings from the last time I looked at it. I haven't looked at it in a while. I'll just look at the 4 hour there. Came back and filled this gap here. Had a nice reaction there. Just closed above this previous 4 hour swing high. On the weekly, we can still retrace up into this weekly wick or something, honestly. What's this? 3887. So that's why I wouldn't really mark out this FEG. That's something I care about too much. I'm sure it's not even in it's not even in a premium. So I wouldn't really look to short off this daily FEG on gold. In fact, it could end up going for this buy side. So we just took sell side. Four hours up. Did I take the previous 4 hour high? Yeah, okay. 15-minute. And said, wow, look at the first presented fair value gap on gold. Sure. Here. Sure. Then it dropped down. Now it's back up, down, back to this 4 hour level. Previous 4 hour high. I'm not bearish gold, so I wouldn't look for shorts. In fact, I'll probably just wait for longs. And someone said NQ is AIDS, bro. Dude, we knew that, we knew that since 936 that it would be trash. You can like rewind it. Thank God. Not today. I didn't get hurt again. This morning I said, I am ready to get hurt again. Famous words by Michael Scott. I'm ready to get hurt again. No doubt about it. And that's our relationship with NASDAQ. She's that toxic ex. She's that person you keep going back to. However, you have to know when they have nothing to offer you, you got to leave them alone. You got to leave it alone. Cut your losses. That's why we're starting to look at other relationships here. MLCC says the market price action isn't trash. The conditions just require more experience under your belt. Listen, if it ain't easy, I don't want it. If it ain't easy, I don't want it. Someone keeps asking me about NDogs here. Let's look at the NWOGs and NDogs. There's an NWOG down here, apparently. So it's not out of the question for this to take out this low and reprice back to that. But there's not really a... Yeah, there's not a... Previous candle's an outside candle in the hourly. I don't want to mess with that, really. I don't want to drive the struggle bus today. That's why I didn't just take anything, honestly. If you took a trade and you made money today, you know, you're good. You're good. Good job. But I don't want to mess with this. Sheesh. So let's see here if gold... And I've been talking to my friends. They said that the market's really tough these days. Okay. Honestly, this isn't too bad of an idea if gold comes back into here. If it takes out some of this sell side, holds up I would prefer this low to get held. But if this sell side gets taken, then we get some sort of... Oh, well, that just happened. Get some sort of inversion or shift back up. That might be something worth looking at. If it just crosses down here, I don't want it. If it crosses this, I don't want it. Oh, right. This is previous hourly candle low and their sell set below it. Okay. I need to drink water. Okay. I just ran out of water. I'll get water. I'm not good at opening bottles of water because I broke my knuckle when I was 15. No, I was a freshman in high school, so that was 14. I was 14 at basketball practice. Well, I loosened it up a bit. I have to try again. I'm going to the gym, I swear. It's just not I'm not getting the grip on this. I broke my index finger knuckle when I was 14 at basketball practice. I went to intercept the ball and I badly jammed it against the ball. So bad it crushed my knuckle. I was out for the rest of the season. Bam. I can't open a bottle of water. I'm not even... Oh my god. I have to get my feet planted. I'm gonna try a different bottle. It's over. Someone's gonna get flying. Okay, take 2. Oh my god. Like I half open it, I can't get the last part open. Oh. Yay. Okay. Andrea's funny. This is why you should never listen to the chat, because there's mad people saying use your teeth. Alright, I got it. This might be the start of a reversal on gold. I'd like to see like an inversion on the 2. Someone said that it's bearish in the 4-hour. I could kind of see that, but I also kind of see how it filled this gap, and I'd think more upside first. Broke over this high. It's kind of incredible how NASDAQ has not done much. Stayed inside this range. Has ES broken new low day or no? Let's see. No, it's just chugging along. Barcode. I mean, like, this is the thing, is that we're gonna have all these small ranges, and then one day, we're just gonna have this massive down close day. It's gonna just like rip out everybody's like stops or all the trend line liquidity. It's more like that's what's been happening, honestly. Anyway, surprised we never had more follow through after that day where Trump and Elon were arguing. Unfortunately, I was hopeful that we would start getting more volatility. The girls are fighting or whatever. They didn't make up, did they? I think Elon deleted the tweet about the Epstein thing. Not like good thing he deleted it before everyone saw it. It's kind of late now, buddy. Honestly, gold structure a little bit better. What's crude oil like right now? I think it's probably chugging along because I never got any alerts for retracement. Yeah, it's chugging. It's been straight up since the open. Interesting. I feel like crude you have to trade on the 2-minute or something because it's just so thinly traded. It's like just less volume that you have to. Even the 5, I think people use more nowadays. What was I looking at here? That was a buy side. It had a nice closure above. Yeah. It's holding up. Goes above really strong here. But I know with crude. Oh, this failed here a couple times. I'd rather wait for a good retracement to, because yeah, I could retrace. Let's see. I'm looking for more like a swing trade in crude, honestly. She's going. Maybe in the coming days they'll retrace. I'll have to check again tomorrow. Gold. Still it's hanging out in that fair value gap that took sell side. NASDAQ. Look at the tiny ass candle here. We're gonna have another tiny ass candle body, so no point in me doing anything crazy. Hit the like button, we'll start doing the giveaway because this is like so trashy. We'll start doing the giveaway at 500 likes. I'll release the form. Okay, here, I got a super chat. Trader Tom, so Tanya, for trading gold as well as PA, what are some basics to know? Honestly, I'm getting to know her more nowadays too, so you guys are like watching it with me real time. I think it's important to know it's near all-time highs. So this is like a market I do not want to be shorting in particular. I'd rather be long. Like, why would I? This is crazy, by the way, if you zoom out like this. I remembered it was at 2,500. I think it was during summer it was breaking out. Yeah, last year. Sheesh. So, we took out last week's low, actually. Where's previous weekly low? I just marked it out. Why does it do this to me? Like, if I'm... Oh, the purple? Okay, yeah. Yeah, like, that's that gap from last week. Took out previous weekly low. We're having a 4-hour reaction to it. Now we're having a 4-hour shift. I would just do things the same way. I would look at this. This is a BPR here. So if it doesn't pick up here, it could retrace into... That's what I said. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to look for intraday after here, but it can come back into here because this is a... This is a fair value gap in discount. It's actually a BPR because it balanced price range. See, there's a FEG to this side. It got overtaken. Doesn't look like we're having any... It's not picking up any speed here. It's not shifting to the upside, so it can now. Nope, it's following through to the downside. So what I'd look for then, 4-hour window. Plus this is like an order block now. Or a propulsion block. Yeah, I wouldn't want it to retrace much deeper than the low of this 4-hour. So from there, I'd look at the next area for a shift to long. I would just take the 2022 model, honestly. So let's see here. This is a gap fill. To be honest, I don't really want this low to get taken if we're having this 15-minute hourly for this for intraday more longs. It could come back into here, but then I'd look for more like a swing position. Silver, I think, is on a tear. Let's see silver. This is right. SLV, right? I remember during like the Wall Street bets, like GME run up, there was also a huge squeeze in silver, and that market's just so manipulated. I'd way rather trade gold than silver. Oh, it's SI. Silver is SI. Okay, great. Knew that I was wrong. SLV is like the options contract. We're like at $36. Dude, I remember when I was long this in 2021. Yeah, during here. 27. Oh man, I was so excited about this like gap, and then it just consolidated and freaking nothing. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with silver. I was up a ton of money here. Like Wall Street Bets was trying to squeeze silver because a lot of institutions are short silver and like artificially deflate the price. See on the weekly here. Will silver reach 50 again? Damn, March 2011. I don't see why not. This last week was on a tear. Next buy side's here. We're close to it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Can you look at silver and gold side to side and look for divergences? Oh man, Nasdaq's straight up doing nothing. Good luck if you are trading Nasdaq today. I guess I need to drink more water. Gold and silver side by side. Let's see them. Dude, at least I knew since 936 not to touch Nasdaq. All right, let's take a look at gold and silver. What's going on? The weekly. Oh, they definitely look different. I don't think people. I'll ask my friend Nick, who does trade gold. Yeah, totally different. Gold's already at all-time highs, though, so silver seems to be catching up. I don't know if we'll get to all-time highs, but certainly doesn't look like a bad trade, like a swing trade to try to to try to get there. This was wild, the sell-off on this day. Yeah, this was probably a tariff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into trading commodities more nowadays. Yeah, CL is just on a tear to the upside since the open. To be honest though, it didn't really. Yeah, it took previous hourly low. I think that for CL, people start trading that during 9 a.m. rather than 9:30. Okay, let's see. What do people vote in the chat? Do you trade gold? No, most people, 65% no. Day Trades TV says, when you're playing option swing trading, how do you decide which strike to take? It's a good question. So it depends on like how long I think it will take to get there. If I think like, oh, NASDAQ was like during that whole sell-off, we had so much momentum to the downside that I just took weeklies for that one. But if it's like a chug-along trade, I would take like even 3 months out. 3 weeks to 3 months out. And I'll go out of the money. And I'd typically put like my target halfway, like they strike like halfway between where we are and my target. It depends on how much the contracts are really. But that's essentially what I'll do. Or sometimes if I think that I'll make sure, okay, this is another thing I'll do also. So if I'm taking further expiration, then I'll put the target as like all the way out the money as my target, the strike as my target. And the aim is like for us to not reach or by the expiration date, but to reach her like halfway to the expiration date. So then those contracts are up and in the money at that point. There's an options calculator you could use. It's pretty good. I would do options profit calculator. Let's see. Yeah, I would just do this. If you search options calculator, then you do like the calls, you can put it in and see how much it'll end up being at your expiration. And then definitely end up planning based on that, especially on swings. But definitely read up on theta and IV. But yeah, if I think that it's like a week long, a lot of times I'll have a target and I think that, okay, the weekly candle is going to hit that, then I'll just take next week's expiration and oftentimes I'll put my target as a strike price because then that's out the money. And then I want it to hit this week. So then by the time it gets in the money this week, I'm up a lot, I'm up at least 30 to 50%, sometimes 200, depends on how fast you get there, really, and the momentum. See, this is crude oil, this is gold. I mean, crude oil. My only issue here is I didn't really take out any sell side for this to be a breaker block on the 5. Here, I guess it did. Here, when I came back into this hourly, it repriced here a bunch of times. Let's see here. Came back to midnight open, then popped up. Meanwhile, NASDAQ, she's probably doing nothing. I see actually on a different screen. She's not doing anything. So, what do you guys mostly trade? Let's get the giveaway going since it is a boring market here. The ES. Like seriously, if all those people, all you guys that were saying, I wish I were long here, we have not moved at all. Isn't that crazy? We have a 70-point range. That was kind of predictable from seeing that we expanded to the upside during Asia. We had an expansion during Asia and London. So New York is most likely to be consolidation, you know? Yeah. If you turn on RTH, you can literally just see exactly what we did during this New York session. Pretty fucking ugly, if you ask me. Okay. Let's get started on this Google form for the giveaway. Yeah, we hit 500 likes. We might as well do this giveaway now. Woo! We're up 0.3%. Amazing. So this stream comprised. This stream featured shit price action and me struggling to open a water bottle. Good stream though. And a giveaway. At least I can do in this shitty action is give away some accounts every day this week. Doing giveaways. In fact, and all of this week, it's going to consolidate into a huge giveaway on Friday, where 2 people will get sim-funded accounts. So, I'm going to give away 5 50K expert plans again today. That's my favorite My Fun and Futures plan. There's no consistency rules and no scaling, no activation fee. And they're also 30% off this week with code Tanya. Only with that code is that going to be valid. So if you're looking for an expert account, that's my favorite account because it's the least amount of rules. It's just the most similar to a live account that you could get, like your own personal account that you could get, honestly. So that's why I like to give those away. That's also the most expensive one. So here we go. First name, YouTube username. Email. You registered with My Funded Futures. Okay. So here we are. Publish. Only enter once or else you'll get disqualified. You must be subscribed to me. And also you have to have an email registered with My Funded Futures to enter this giveaway. No purchase necessary for this giveaway. Just make sure you have an email registered with them because then I'll give them the emails of the winners so that they can add the eval to your account. So here we go. Link in the chat now. Day 2 of asking me if I've been to Tanzania. I don't know where that is. Tanzania. Here, enter. Pinned message there. So today, we're giving away 5 50K expert accounts. Please, once you win it, please don't be a degenerate. Don't, like, for example, don't be taking 15 minis in this kind of environment. Please, I beg of you. Makes me sad. If you're going to take 15 contracts, make it be a good environment at least to pass the account. Or whatever, 5 contracts on a 50K. Straight up, there's no point in me trading this price action. I'm pretty happy. And I do put my own money on the line when I'm doing live streaming, by the way. And I copy trade that to also my funded accounts. Some days I won't copy trade them because if I think that it's like shitty, then there's no point in increasing risk that much. But for me to, like, what's helped me is kind of sizing up so I don't gamify it as much, that I take it like a business decision. And it's been pretty shit here. All right, 462 responses already. All right, let's start doing it. Because this is trash. So let's see. Hide column. So I don't dox your emails. Random number generator. What a slow ass day. Let me ask the chat though before I do the giveaway. Did you guys take a trade today? Listen, the giveaway is pinned in the chat. There's no keyword to enter in the chat. I don't know who came up with that. That's not a thing I've ever really done too much. I've done it maybe once or twice. Most of the time I do a form. So I can already have your email to send it to you. J Trade says, I'm glad I reduced my risk, so I only lost 12 points at NQ. There you go. Sometimes you just have to put on a little bit of money to have a feel for it. And then once you get the feel, you get out and you don't make the same trade again, then you're fine. The form is pinned in the comments. So let's start it. Let's get popping. Let's get popping. We got over 200 people entered. Let's get it popping. All right, 672. All right, generate. Number 2? That's never happened. Shout out to number 2, the first person that entered the form won. Daniel Sunka 9708. Congrats to Daniel. The winners from yesterday's giveaway will also receive yesterday's afternoon giveaway. You'll receive your accounts today along with today's. Okay. I don't know. That made me hype because I've never, obviously, what are the odds? I mean, the odds are obviously 1 in 671 to get chosen. So that was cool though, that it was the first person. That's kind of cool, not gonna lie. Yay, Daniel Sunka's in the chat. He said, OMG, I won. Congrats. All right, next person. Out of 712. Generate. So I did one. Number 28. All right. Picking numbers in the shallow area today. First 2 at least. Number 28. Congrats to Jackie. Jack 8888. All right. 2 down. 3 to go. There's nothing to type in the chat, you guys. Enter it in the pinned enter the form here. Stop typing that bullshit. Stop it. Or else I'm pausing. I'm not gonna choose if you don't stop. Okay, Jack's also in the chat. Yay, I won. Thanks, Tanya. You're welcome. 50-50 for people who took a trade and didn't. That's typically what happens. I'm gonna have a sip of water and hopefully you guys stop being dumb in the chat. We're waiting. I'm just gonna wait. I don't really have to be come on, put on your listening caps or whatever. All right. Okay, thank God you guys stopped doing that. All right, next. Where are we up to in the form? Fill out. 888. You're kind of wild that that one wins now. Okay, how many did I do? I did 2. Congrats, lucky number 349. Congratulations to Zach, Super Toaster. That's a fun name. Super Toaster, where are you at? That's a fun name. I like your name, Super Toaster. Someone said gold is moving great. Let's check up on it after it disrespected that fair value gap. Didn't make another one and continuing lower towards that low. I wouldn't be. So going lower to that low? That next low? Oh yeah, it's actually having some continuation. I'm glad one asset is, so I'm definitely going to be just continuing to watch out for that. Yeah. And this became irrelevant once this was not respected, and then you had another FEG here, actually. It's nice to see some continuation trades actually working here. Super Toaster's in the chat. He said, thanks, LOL. You're welcome. Woohoo. So you guys, I'm going to give your emails to the My Fund of Futures team along with yesterday's winners, and you should be getting your accounts today. Just make sure you have your email signed up with them. Okay, it's number 3. Let's do number 4. Chris Fisher says he can't believe I missed the gold sell model. I can because I don't typically trade gold, so you got to be more patient with me. Sorry. Not even sorry though. You guys want me to like be superhuman. You want me to be superhuman for some reason. I'm a real trader. I'll take a loss. And I also have to do a live stream. We're doing giveaways. My specialty is NQ, and NQ's trash. I'm starting to look at other assets. All right. And then, yeah, if I entered it and it didn't go my way, everyone would call me an idiot, right? Or they'd be like, you shouldn't go and trade something new. It's okay. It's okay. What do you want me to do? You want me to be a fortune teller? That's what. Yeah, Chris Fisher is always complaining, I know. It's okay, though. Chris, did you take it at least? Listen, if I'm overall bullish gold, I'm just going to wait for the longs. Yo, Bitcoin has been good. Yeah, that's true. Bitcoin, I know everyone was bragging about how they took these longs or something off the daily here. Everyone was like, sell side taken, sell side swept into this area, and then daily order block. So everyone was just talking about, bragging about the other day. It's cool. Well, I didn't take this buy side out yet, actually. That's nice. The thing is, not one asset moves like all the others, right? So you can't just, you need some time to journal them. Okay? Sheesh. You can't get mad at me for everything. I don't know. It's okay. Most people are nice. Most people are nice. And how am I? Listen, in NASDAQ, what's been the trend is that it takes the smallest sell side, then it has a reversal. So I'm really not going to be keen in how everything works right away. I said that you're watching me learn real time. Not that I even have to explain myself. Maz Ahmed asked me to check his name on the Google Forms list. Sure. Maz. Yeah, you're here. You entered. You're good. How many more do I have left? I think I did 3, right? Right. 2 more left. It's okay. If you're gonna be in the spotlight, like, you have to be comfortable with understanding you're gonna be misunderstood. So I'm comfortable with that. I'm gonna be misunderstood by the public. Okay, Zach Toaster. Yeah, that was a fun one. Okay, yeah, that was number 3. It was like the first guy, Daniel, Jackie, this. Okay, 2 more. Let's get it. Let's continue. What does the stock heat map look like? Just Google's up a lot, Lily. There's not a lot of movement in this market at all. We're all very mixed. There's no general trend. This is the S&P 500 index. And this is the NASDAQ. It's here. So Netflix down 2%, Google up 2.6%, Microsoft down 0.6%. It's a lot of mixed. So tomorrow will probably be better. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the last two people before I step out. Ten, 6, 8. 10, 6, 8. Congratulations to number 98. Someone that completed the form at the beginning. Let's see. Number 98. Congrats to Marco. Horst Sawari. Yeah. Congrats. One more. Winner needs to be chosen. See where we up to now? And 83. All right, the last winner is, drum roll, please, 910. Number 910. Anshul, the hub official. All right. Well, congrats to Anshul. Congrats to our winners. I'll be giving your account details, your emails to My Fund of Futures team. And that'll get added today. And thanks for coming to the stream. I mean, we've suffered together here watching this price action, with NASDAQ being trashy here. Very trashy. ES also very trashy. Gold, watching some gold. Maybe I'll become a gold trader in the future. I'm willing to do it. Just gotta study it more. The only way to study is get that screen time in, So I'm watching it real time with you guys too. But yeah, every day this week will be a giveaway, along with everyone that gets a My Fund of Futures account using code Tanya will also be entered an additional giveaway for a sim funded account at the end of this week. So that's not even a evaluation. It's straight up you're in a sim funded account and can get started working towards your payout. And yeah, honestly, congrats if you won, and congrats if you stayed safe in the indices and if you didn't take a trade. And I've tweeted that today, and I said this morning I didn't like anything on the NASDAQ during the Ninja Trader show. I did make this tweet on Twitter today. I said, when Asia has a larger range than New York sessions, the market is crappy. And it continues to be crappy. That's fine. Someone said we haven't seen the New York session for today yet. Didn't need to. We really didn't need to see it to know it was going to be kind of crap. At the very least, I hope I've taught you a little bit about knowing when that's going to happen. And knowing when to sit on your hands is probably more important skill. Even more important than knowing when to take the trade is knowing when not to take the trade. Trump is speaking at 4 p.m. today, so be careful. It's at 4. Have a good day. Don't be a degenerate. And make sure to stay safe. Okay? And I'll see you back here tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Ciao.